Well, there are lots of voices, several hundred, Dave and Carolyn, and they are loud. Right this moment, they are just breaking up their second location. This is Parker Mill Park in Ann Arbor Township at Gettys Road and Dixboro. Now, a half dozen groups, including the Detroit chapter of Rainbow Push, Occupy for Democracy, formerly Occupy Detroit. There are labor unions, but also several other groups. Everybody from Recall Snyder to just about anyone who has a gripe with the governor. They have begun to walk the winding half-mile or so to Superior Township, where the governor resides. This is their second location. They initially gathered at the Washington County Community College. They were, some walked and others were shuttled up here. And again, they are walking approximately a half mile to Superior Township. They won't be able to get into the private gated subdivision where the governor lives, and he's not home anyway. But they are making a statement. They're changing the scenery from the steps of the Capitol. And this is part of their petition drive to freeze the emergency manager law. And here's why they're against that law.
I see this emergency manager law as one of the most egregious violations of civil rights that we've had in 25 years. What we're seeing with this law, it essentially completely disenfranchises people from their vote.
A financial manager would just take away the rights of all citizens to a certain extent within these cities. You know, there would be no democracy, none whatsoever. They could do whatever that they want with the cities.
Among the things they are chanting as they march, what do we want justice? When do we want it now? Also, this is what democracy looks like. But there was also chanting and singing of We Shall Overcome. This was specifically chosen for Martin Luther King Day. Now, I did speak to the governor's spokesperson, and she said that this law, and this is the latest edition of this law, it's been around Michigan since the 80s, and many communities needed it. Many communities survived after having emergency managers. And she said this is about, for the governor, this is about financial matters only. This has nothing to do with what some of the people here are claiming. They're saying if Detroit should happen to get an emergency manager, then 75% of people, mainly African Americans, will have someone else running their cities. That's the very latest from Ann Arbor Township on the way to Superior Township. Val Clark, 7 Action News.
Now, Val, I know you're live there on the phone, but we're looking at live pictures. It looks like well over 100 people. I mean, maybe, I don't know, if you had to guess, would you say maybe 200 people out there? And I want to know, did you see the Reverend Al Sharpton or Congressman John Conyers?
No. Reverend Sharpton, as you know, also has a radio career. Did not see him today. Did not see Mr. Conyers, Congressman Conyers. There are, again, there are many, many groups here. And, Carolyn, there are easily several hundred people. Some of them are a little elderly, and it's also very slick out here. A lot of these people are not going to be able to make that trek. It's a winding, kind of treacherous road.
Yeah, we're looking at it.
Several police departments and agencies have shut down Gettys Road because they wanted to be safe. There wouldn't be enough room for people to walk if traffic was being allowed. One lane is going to be open so that people who actually live in this area will be able to come and go safely. But it's going to be kind of a treacherous and a very slow and careful walk.
Got it. All right, Val. All right, we'll keep an eye on it. Thank you so much for that live report. And as Val mentioned, while they realize the governor is not home right now, the protesters will try to give a staff member a letter that they hope will be delivered to the governor. We will continue to follow this story and have another update on 7 Action News at 6.